Hey Nadia.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Um, I think I'm louder than you probably
Okay.
because I'm closer to the mic. So you had a snow day today,
hmm Snow day,
which
no
is
snow.
totally something that never happens in California, that the weather is so bad that you wouldn't go to school or work.
That's not true. I've had smoke
When have we ever
days.
had a day off in California because of weather?
The smoke.
But you went to school still, right?
No, I had there was a few days I didn't go to or a couple, maybe one or two, that I didn't go to school because of the smoke.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
We haven't had to smoke
So
a
forest fires.
fire, like air quality day in a while, thank goodness.
Yeah. But yes,
So,
like
what did you end up
snowy.
doing today?
I slept in. I didn't. I slept in. I hung out with my friends. I mean, I'm on cop, so I don't have any homework to do. But yeah, I just needed the sleep, and thankfully, my job, I yeah, I can't bring it home, so does I don't have any like work stuff to do when I get back from work. But yeah, so I just chilled. I took a nap.
So I guess what's your normal sleep schedule? Like, if you slept in today, what does that mean? What time did you wake up?
I woke up at around like 9:30, maybe 10. Um, for work, I some days I start at 8 and some days I start at 9 and the commute's kind of long. So the days I start work at 8, I get up at 6, and the days I start work at 9, I get up at 7 because I have like an hour to like actually wake up and get ready and like make my lunch and all that, whatever, all that kind of stuff. And then
You
my
wake up at 6
commute,
a.m.?
yeah. And my commute takes around, it could like be super short, like 30 minutes, but it also I could be waiting a little while for buses and stuff. So it could also take like up to 45. I mean, it really depends. So I have to leave like basically an hour. Sometimes I get to work early, but basically an hour for me to get to work. Recently, though, I've been leaving like if I start work at 9, like 8:20. So then I have 40 minutes. But then sometimes that makes me feel like I'm in a rush, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, I get up at 6 or 7 every day, which is
What time
hard
do you go to bed? Like, I
as a
mean,
college student, I feel. Yeah, I feel like it's hard with that because this is not like not all my friends are on co op, and my life hasn't changed apart from the job versus classes since last semester. So my life is basically the same apart from the fact that I have to wake up at 6 or 7 in the morning. So it's harder for me. It I think mentally harder to go to bed early, but so most of the sleeping happens on the weekends. But I yeah, it really depends on the day, on like what we're doing. Um
I'm really
I
curious,
practice on
to
Wednesdays and
hear.
Sundays, so
I'm really curious to hear whether or not it is actually possible to catch up your sleep by doing it on the days that you have the opportunity to sleep more. Like we're all told that it's important to get enough rest, sleep and rest so that we can recover from the stress of the day, so that our bodies can rejuvenate and our minds can rejuvenate and we can recover from all the work that we did with our muscles and our brain. But like, can you like get little sleep a few days in a row and then more sleep the next days and then make up for it? I think it's like an interesting question we should
I
ask
don't think
somebody.
I'm like I Yeah, definitely. I don't know if I'm trying to make up for it. I'm just like taking it to my advantage because I know I don't get very much sleep on the other days, and there's not really that much I can do about it. I can't like wake up later, and it's personally harder for me to go to sleep early. I think I just like am more active at night, which is hard considering the fact I get up so early. But um, yeah, I don't
What do
know.
you mean you're more
I
active at
also
night? Like
am a
you
type.
schedule things that you need to do at night, or like you
No,
have a
I
hard
just am
time
more
settling
like,
to bed?
yeah, I'm not scheduling. I don't like schedule things for that, but like I just mean I'm not the type of person that goes to bed early. Like I'm not going to bed at like 9 or 10. I don't know. Like I should be, but like today I wouldn't be able to cuz I just there's just things that I want to do and like are have been doing that make it so going to bed like at 10 p.m. isn't doable and I don't want to.
So how much sleep do you
um
get? So you definitely don't get 8 hours of sleep.
no, but I also have never really gotten 8 hours of sleep. Sleep has always been like my sleep habits have never been very good. And I've like talked to people about it, like doctors or therapists about it, but I don't know. I've never had a good sleep schedule. I feel like maybe last semester was better just because like some of my classes were, like later in the day, so I could afford to wake up later. Um, but I get at least 6 hours no matter what. It's either 6 or 7 usually, and maybe a little bit more. But like I'm not going to bed later than like midnight or 1. I don't think I usually go to bed at 1 unless like I'd gone out or something. Like I don't like that I'm not usually going to bed at that time. Also, I have like my roommates get mad because I'm like, you don't like you don't have anything to do. I don't know why you're going to bed so late. I just like it like in my body like is not tired, like or just like I just don't want to go to bed early. It doesn't work like that for me.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well,
I should.
maybe it's maybe it's genetic. Like they always say that teenagers
Yeah,
like to go to bed later and then as you get older, you go to bed earlier. But at, 46 years old, I still go to bed pretty
yeah,
late. Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. And then your dad, like, he has graveyard shift schedule. So
Hmm.
every other week for the past 20 years, he sleeps in the daytime and the amount of sleep that he gets in the daytime isn't as much as 8 hours. And in
Right.
fact, has always been broken up like
Yeah.
4 hours of sleep, wake up, and then another 4 hours of sleep or something like not even four
Right.
hours.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. It's always like I've always had this issue. When I was in high school and middle school, like I had practice. I couldn't go to bed early because I had to do my homework when I got home at 8 or 9 or whatever time it was, and eat dinner and all of that. So I was never going to bed earlier than 11 p.m., which is wasn't good because I mean like as like a 13-year-old you should probably be going to bed. But I and then in college, I'm just thinking back to like last semester, like I said, I could go to bed, I could wake up earlier because of the time my classes, like the time of my first class, but that doesn't mean I was going to bed. Like I was using that as, oh, okay, so I can like stay up later and do my homework and study and all of that and be in the library until 2 a.m. because I don't have to wake up until 10. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think
So,
maybe my
like,
life would be very different if I got 8 hours of sleep every day, but I don't know how that feels yet.
yeah, I was going to ask you, do you sometimes feel better if you get more sleep?
um, I mean, like today, I felt good. I don't know. I feel the same. I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel I think it's something that has to be like an actual habit. Um I do feel like sometimes I'm talking to my roommates and we're all like, oh, like we're just always tired. I don't know. I feel like on the days that I feel really tired, I end up like taking a power nap or something, and that doesn't always help. It makes me feel like more tired. I don't know.
Hmm.
So it
I
all
always
has
feel
to
as
happen
totally
when
out of
I'm,
sorts when I wake up, when I take a
yeah.
nap in the middle of the afternoon, especially if I take a nap when it's still sunlight and I wake up
Hmm.
and it's dark, but it's not time for bed. Like, or, I've already slept like 3 hours in the middle of the day. It's not
Right.
a good feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And for some reason, like like I don't get a lot of sleep, but I've never explicitly chosen to ever wake up at 6 or 7 in the morning. So I thought that this was going to be a lot harder than it really is. Because like having done this for about a month and a half, I I kind of enjoy it sometimes. Not like waking up and feeling tired, but sometimes I feel like when I'm like getting this certain amount of sleep, like like it's low, but I wake up at a certain point of my REM cycle where it makes me feel like well rested and awake when I'm up and like getting ready at 6:30 in the morning, which is very interesting and probably very mental and not scientifically proven at all. But I don't know. It's very weird. I never thought I could get up this early, like
Well, I feel
consistently.
like you've always been a person that goes to bed with this thought about what's happening the next day, and then if you have to wake up for something in the next morning, you've been able to wake up. Like it's
Yeah.
almost like anxiety wake up. Like, oh, got to go do
Yeah.
the thing that I
Except
had to
now
do.
it's like yeah, that's very true. In the beginning that it was like that, and now I think it's more I'm trained to. I do get annoyed when I hear my alarm in the morning, but like I don't know. It feels less of an anxiety wake up now. Unless it's like I know I'm going to bed late and like it'll be harder to wake up in the morning. Um but yeah.
I'm a little worried
That
about how this will all catch up with us later. And perhaps, well, definitely you, and maybe I am too young to figure out, to know like the long term effects of chronic undersleeping. But, maybe I'll find out later that my poor little brain didn't get good rest and recovery for like my entire life. And then, it's eating away
yeah.
at itself later on in life. I just made that up.
Yeah,
Also,
I
not
don't
completely
know.
scientifically proven, but I'm just I look forward to talking to like a sleep specialist and finding out what the repercussions are
Yeah.
of that, and maybe get some support in the idea that like maybe some people don't need as much sleep, and hopefully I'm one of those people.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like no one's ever told me that. And some people don't need as much sleep. I think that we like train ourselves to like not need that much sleep, but anytime I'd like talk to people about how much sleep I'm getting, the advice is always you should probably try and sleep 8 hours a night. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think I've been more aware of my sleep now that I'm doing competitions for gymnastics. Um, I don't
I do
know,
remember
but I
that when
feel
you were
like
younger, I was really worried about you guys getting enough sleep at night, mostly because I didn't want you to go to gymnastics the next afternoon or evening under rested and then potentially like, traumatically injure yourself.
yeah, but then at a certain point, like as long as I'm sleeping at night, I think it's also like at practice, like just being aware, you know, if you're not if you're not feeling 100%, not going like full out and all that kind of stuff, but it's also hard because I think I also like for gymnastics specifically now, I'm going like on Wednesday, like tomorrow, I have practice and I have a full day of work before and not that much break time in between like work and practice. So that's always a little bit difficult. And but I mean I work with the I think I almost started a coffee dependency. I think I last semester I had an issue with drinking Celsius. Um, this semester not so much because it scares me sometimes if I like get too dependent on it because I don't know what it's doing to my body. Um, but like coffee, we have a coffee machine in our apartment, so it's free coffee and um, it's accessible.
Wait, it's not free. You
So
have to
for
pay
the
for your coffee, right?
well, one of my roommates, her mom gives it to us, so we don't
Oh,
pay
really?
for
That's
it.
nice.
Yeah. Um, so instead of like, I'm not like spending $5 a day, but like, I don't know if I need, like, I don't know if my body needs that coffee. I don't know. It's a very hard thing to see whether or not like I'm just overcompensating. Do I actually need this coffee? Is it getting me through the day or is that helping because I didn't get enough sleep? I don't know.
Um, which parent gets you guys coffee?
Elizabeth's mom gets us coffee. It's very nice because I think she works with a coffee company, so we have an espresso machine.
That's
Um,
so nice.
but I think I'm abusing it because I've never drank like I didn't usually drink this much coffee. I've never like at home. I never used your coffee machine, and then I didn't buy coffee consistently because I didn't want
It's
to pay for
expensive.
it. Yeah, but
Do you
now
take your
I'm
coffee
like
black?
I like it, and no. But sometimes I like buy coffee and I'm like, this doesn't taste good. But I think it's just because I'm used to like making my own with like I don't know, no instructions and just like guessing.
Wait,
But
what do you put in your coffee?
just milk. I put almond milk.
Um, it's probably better than whatever you're getting at Starbucks. 'Cause usually at Starbucks you'll get it with like the syrup and all the stuff. So
Well, there's a
yeah.
coffee shop right, like really, like right across the street from where I work. And so I would get it from there. It's Cafe Nero, and I know I got it the other day, and I literally wasted it because I didn't like the way that it tasted, and it wasn't like keeping me awake. So I don't know if like it's totally mental. I have no idea what's if it's actually helping me.
I never had coffee on a regular basis until I had Phil's on my third year of PT school. I'd already
Mm.
gone through all of undergrad. I was 32 or 33 years old, had gone through most of grad school, and I hadn't had coffee on a regular basis except for just like every once in a while when studying. And then somebody brought me Phil's coffee, mocha tesora flavor. And from that day forward, I pretty much never missed a day of coffee. It
Yeah,
was like it just started my coffee habit.
those mocha tesoras are so good, and they don't taste like coffee, which is probably a bad thing, but they're so good, and I wish they had them here. Um, but I would probably waste many parts of my paycheck on Phil's coffee if it was here. So maybe it's a good thing it's not. Um, but yeah, I've noticed my coffee like I don't know. It's not that I like recognize that I needed it. It's that I would just end up making it every morning, and like like that was a part of the my morning routine was making the coffee. And then sometimes I would see myself like I don't I get like two 15-minute breaks and then like a 30-minute lunch break. And lunch break is usually halfway through my shift. And that's like around like 12:30. And I don't know, like that at that point, sometimes my coffee didn't taste as good. And if I hadn't finished it, I would end up like, pouring it out, which then I feel bad. I'm like, well, did I need to make that much coffee? Like, because it's espresso pods, you can like you can like dictate how much like you can make a small one or a medium. So then it was just it's like this whole thing, but I don't know.
I mean, if
Check
you're going to
back
use a
in
pod anyway, the pod's wasted no matter
right,
what. So
exactly, yeah, and like check back in with me in 6 months and see where I am with my coffee. Like dependency. Um, I don't know.
I
The
mean, it for sure
Celsius
becomes a
thing.
ritual, right? It's like a ritual,
Yeah.
but you can have a ritual and maybe have decaffeinated coffee or tea instead. But
Yeah.
there's like
I
other
don't
bad
know.
things like coffee, not so great for the teeth.
Yeah. I don't know. And like I don't know. My Celsius stuff, that dependency didn't was I was like aware of it, but I didn't care. And then like it got to the point where it felt like, well, this wasn't like a over a long period of time. This is like a month. I don't know actually. I don't know if it was last semester or a year ago. Both semesters, but it's like it got to a certain point where I was like, my stomach really hurts. And maybe it's because for the past 2 weeks I've had a Celsius every single day. Maybe I shouldn't do that. So I took a break. And then after that, I took it less. But it was to the point where like I needed it. I'd always go to the gym after classes. So I needed it for the gym and then to get through my homework at night. And so then
Mm.
it was like a whole thing. And
I
then,
mean, I know for sure that like one of my favorite registered dietitians who works with gymnasts, Carrie,
mm,
she says gymnasts Celsius is not real energy. Like you need
yeah.
energy from calories, not from
The thing
caffeine.
is like I never had energy drinks like this in high school, and I don't necessarily use them for gymnastics now. I only use it to like get through the day. Um,
That
and then
means you're
there
not
was a
getting enough
certain,
sleep.
yeah, probably. And like that's where it all stems from. And like over the summer, I took a summer class. What is it like? 2 months? I don't know. And that was like after my Celsius like hiatus, and I only had one in-person class, and it was a long class. It was a pretty long class, but like, and it met 4 times a week. I needed like some sort of fake coffee or something to get through that class. I don't know, like it became so mental. I needed like I couldn't get through. I don't even know. I can't remember how long
What
the
time was the
class
class?
was. It was like a midday. I don't know.
I think
It
there's certain
didn't.
times of the day that either that's when humans get tired, or if your diet is a certain way and your sleep is a certain way, you
Yeah.
go through like a sugar low or something like that, and then all of a sudden you're so tired. Because I mean, I know a lot of people that are tired around like 1:30 to 3 o'clock. Like that's a really
Yeah.
hard time of the
Yeah.
day.
That's true. I do go to the gym pretty late, and then sometimes, like, my roommates and I will leave the gym and be like, wow, I have a lot of energy now, and it's 9 p.m., and I don't know what to do. I feel that way after practice, also. Even if I hadn't had a Celsius, which I usually don't now, um, if I'll, like, come back and I'm like, wow, I have a lot of energy. So, exercising has helped, and I feel like my diet this semester and last semester in comparison to a year ago was a lot better. Um, better as in I'm eating better foods, but I have felt recently that I'm hungry like 24/7.
Mm.
Like my roommates and I are either hungry or tired. It's there's never a time where one of us isn't hungry or tired. And like I don't know if that seems like a normal thing to say, but it's like gone to the point of like I don't think I need to be this hungry like every 30 minutes.
Yeah, there's something there. Like, why is there always, like, it's almost like you're always in deficit. Is it truly the
Yeah.
case? Or
Yeah.
do you actually need like some sleep and some calories because you're like
Yeah.
truly in a deficit? Or is that like a mental thing?
And sometimes it happens where we get like the most sleep we have all week and we all wake up and like I feel more tired than I did yesterday when I got 6 hours of sleep. So I don't know. It's just like it's annoying. But also we are like 19, 20 years old, so I feel like there's a lot of things in our day-to-day lives that like could be changed to make things better, but I don't know.
I feel like we have a sleep specialist scheduled to chat with in about a month or a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we sent her some questions, but we have some more new questions to ask her. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, we should ask her these things. Um, all right. Well, I hope you get some sleep
I hope so
tonight.
too. You too.
I am leaving in 12 hours from the airport to fly over to Boston. So, being that I haven't packed and I'm leaving in 12 hours and you have to be at the airport a couple of hours before that, I'm probably not going to get enough sleep.
Probably not. But the plane ride is pretty long. So,
Yeah, it's a good time. Good time to get some rest.
yeah.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Bye everybody.